This is part 2 of my blues tricks lesson. If you haven't checked out part 1, please do so before starting this one. Hard rock is very heavy on the pentatonic scale and the natural minor mode. The pentatonic scale is a simple 5-note shape. Natural minor is the same 5-note shape with 2 half steps added. The 2 favored scales for blues are the blues scale, which is the pentatonic with an additional note, and the 7-tone Dorian minor mode. It includes all the notes of the pentatonic scale plus 2 half steps. It's identical to natural minor aside from just 1 note, but that 1 note makes a huge difference melodically. That's why you could play the typical hard rock scale as a blues lead, but it doesn't sound quite right. Hopefully I haven't lost the theory haters yet, because I had you in mind while creating this lesson. You don't need to understand any of what I just explained to apply the following blues trick. Yes, there's something for everybody here, of course, unless you already understand this. The diatonic 7-note scale can be diagrammed on the fretboard as 5 patterns, which are explained in my course. Some who haven't memorized these patterns have failed to do so because they hate the science of music. They found, which is true, understanding the rules isn't necessary to play by ear. These 5 patterns are no different than chord diagrams. Yes, there's underlying principles to everything musical, but you don't need to understand the why to play great guitar. So theory resistors, take heart. You can use what I'm about to explain without understanding the science. I'm a street guitarist. I've learned how to play guitar on the job, playing in bands, and know enough about the underlying principles to keep things interesting. This is reflected in my course. I've always been complimented on the way I teach music theory for the rest of us. But I digress. The pattern that we're going to focus on for blues is this, one of the 5 diatonic patterns. Move this pattern to put the root note of the scale on this 6th string, like this. The main difference between the 2 scales, the Dorian has the A, so it's, and natural minor is, so here's Dorian. And that A is the important sound for melodies in blues. And also here. I'm going to demonstrate this pattern over the blues progression, the same one we used yesterday. First, a disclaimer. I'm demonstrating the pattern, not creating an interesting lead. I'll return to the scale way more often than I would in a typical lead. Now, when you hear the scale, the Dorian mode actually, think Allman Brothers. The Dorian mode was an important part of their blues. And by the way, if you like this type of thing, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and comment. Here is the progression. Let's get started.